My plan was to sail from the Netherlands to Portugal starting in October. However, this forecast in September was keeping me up at night. This late in the year, the wind is usually going in the opposite direction of where I want to go. So, after cramming all the preparations I had planned for the final month into 2 days, I left Sparndam and headed for IJmuiden. Leaving on the first day, right after the wind turned, was a bit too ambitious, as the sea state was still wild from the strong westerly winds earlier. Within 30 minutes, I got seasick and decided to turn back to the marina in IJmuiden. The next day there was still some swell from the west, but much smaller and less steep. So I was optimistic that the conditions would only get easier from here. So I set course for Vlissingen, which is around 80 miles from IJmuiden. I was still feeling seasick, so after 4 hours I made a stop at Scheveningen, around halfway. Crossing the intersection where all the cargo ships enter the port of Rotterdam was a bit nerve-wracking. As a few rain showers passed, the wind dropped, and also my speed reduced from 8 knots to around 3. At this rate I wouldn't make it to Vlissingen until late at night. The closest stop from here was Stellendam. On my way there, the autopilot broke and the current turned against me, so I didn't get there until 10-11 p.m. I tried repairing the autopilot, but it didn't work. I found a second-hand unit identical to mine online, and I made a deal with the seller and asked him to send it to a marina ahead of me. When I set off again, the gas broke, so I made this brace to keep it on the mast. While the sea and wind were good, I decided to keep going, skip Vlissingen, try to get as far as I could. And later on that night I would get to Newport in Belgium, some 30 miles more than I had planned. The next few days, the perfect forecast had lost its shape and the wind dropped completely. Using the currents and the engine, I slowly made my way further to Duinkerke and the Strait of Dover. Crossing this part can be tricky when the current turns against the wind and the waves. Luckily today everything was very calm and the passage was easy. The last days, the winds varied day by day. I feared I would be able to make it to Normandy in France. After that, I have to go back to the Netherlands for 3 more weeks to finish everything there and then continue sailing towards Portugal. So I googled the prices for marinas in the area and decided to go for the cheapest one in Grand Camp Messy. That's where I am now. Still trying to get the autopilot situation fixed. I've tried ordering a few, but yeah, didn't arrive. So I'm trying to get it fixed here before I continue my way to Portugal. Luckily, the weather has been terrible for sailing, so I haven't missed any good days here. That's it, I think. I hope to see you next time.
Cerca,